just under pancake batter.
Thin pancake batter.
Thinner than pancake.
Dreams are about the future.
Yeah, the booger finger.
That's right.
Songs are about the past. Sometimes it takes a suture to make a feeling last. To make a feeling last. Till tears are subsumed.
The problem when you buy a commercial hydrometer, it's really thin glass, I mean super thin glass. When you look at it, it cracks.
Yeah.
So you can take a cigar tube and put a piece of paper in it with marks every 1/4 of an inch, and then put it in there, it sinks. When it sinks to that line, you know how thick it is. Well, you put like several BBs in it so it has weight. And so then you just take it, put it in, and it just drops straight in. When it drops, you know, you've got like marks 1 through 20. And then like if that glaze, that strontium crystal on the cone 6, real temperamental to thickness. So again, you take, you know, you make one of those, you drop it down, and it tells you exactly what thickness it is.
And what thickness did you say this one's supposed to be?
A 6. But a 6 is, what you would do is make your own. When you've got the perfect batch,
Oh, then you
would
mark
know.
it. Okay.
He's got a hydrometer. Like I say, they're so thin every time you use it, you break them. So just take a cigar tube, put marks on it, put it in, and it sinks, and then you don't break it. And I have PVC pipe with a cap on each end with some weights in it. And put your own marks. So a number 6 doesn't work, you know.
All the time. It's your own mark.
It's your own mark. Or a mask actually will be great for it because it's a horizontal surface, it's not going to fall off. So to get your timing down and things, it's good to start with horizontal. Eventually you've got to go though to a vertical surface and get it to stick. Layer of slip, then I put on another layer halfway down, then I put another layer on right on the top. The thicker the slip, the bigger the crack. Kenny was saying they were having trouble chipping it off. If it's too thin, you can't get it off. It sticks. If it's too thick, it falls off. So the problem is you got to hit it exact. If the thickness is on the top horizontal part of the pot, it doesn't fall off because it's laying on it. And so that's why I do it. And that's what I like is those 3 layers. I take a pot, a bigger bowl. Hopefully I would have a bigger bowl than this.
There, hold it.
You got a bigger one? I had a student of mine do this, and he's supposed to be fairly one of my better students, and he sat there and poured it all down the sink. And I'm like, I could have done 10 pots with that. You know, so, because this is not a neat way to apply this. It just, there you go.
That's my naked record bowl.
Good. That's a nice one. 10 pots and wet all 10 of them. I'm gonna wet a pot, and I'm just gonna run it under the water, like so. Again, a high shoulder, that's why all those pots out there are the same shape, is because I just like high shoulders. Now, this is really absorbing the water quickly, so I might even run it under again because it needs to be a little damper. So, we'll do it one more time. Just the outside. If it gets inside, it doesn't hurt though. Now, this is a little bit thin. So what I do is I take it and I just pour a layer on, like that, making sure I hit everything. Now, it's actually not that thin. It's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pour another layer, like so. I'm going to shake it off. I'm going to wipe it off. Now, because of that high shoulder, That's I don't even wipe it off. I just do that. Do you have a turkey baster? Oh, it's okay. I don't.
Hey, where are you?
So then I'm gonna let it sit there just a minute or two. I'm not in any big hurry, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna pour a light layer around the rim. If you'll notice all those pots out there, there's like a thin crack, there's a medium crack, there's a thick crack. That's how I get the 3 layers of crack. 3 layers of crack. When you're from Farmington, New Mexico, it's not good to. Farmington, New Mexico is the meth capital of the world.
I thought San Bernardino was
No.
capital.
Second place.
And California.
Breaking Bad, that's right.
Well, American Meth, did anybody? Yeah, Breaking Bad's
Yeah.
New Mexico. American Meth, the guy who directed, wrote it, graduated from the college that I go to.
Why is that moving behind you?
So now I'm gonna just, but see, I don't want it to hit the entire pot on the second and third layer. So then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna pour another layer. So you can see the actual 3 layers. If they were saying they mixed up enough, they were dipping it. Dipping it's okay for the first layer, but I want those 3 distinct layers to get me those layers of cracks. If it's too thin, you won't get a nice crack, but that's what, it won't fall off. So that's why I do that first layer, which gives me my thin, second layer gives me a medium crack, third layer gives me the big cracks. It's hard to get it thick enough on something that doesn't have a, you know, a shoulder, but that's basically it. Now, I would have a turkey baster here, or a sucker, and I would suck as much of that slip out of the center as I could, but
We got a sucker.
you got a sucker? hey Kenny, I need to suck.
Raku pants out.
So, you know, that's essentially it. Then I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna set it down in the electric kiln. I like when I do these, the big thing is, if it doesn't turn in, it's hard to get out. You know, the problem is you have to be able to pick this up without touching the slip, because when you touch the slip, it immediately falls out. What I do is I use big aluminum calipers. Put the caliper in, open it up, pull it out. Is how I get mine out. And with the, like I say, with my high shoulders, that's really, I'll put it on low and run it until it gets dry enough to, you know, where it starts to get almost dry. Then I'll turn it to medium. When it's totally dry, I'll flip it right to high.
When you go in the Raku kilns, what's the temperature?
Same thing. I'm gonna turn it as low as it can go. Or I might put it in there and let them sit and not even
For how long?
turn it on.
Really deep
But what
in?
I don't want to do is once it starts cracking, I don't want to move it because it's going to all fall off. Now this is just, as I look at this, it's a little bit thin. I would like a little more, but again, I kind of have to determine, it's probably better if I put a little bit more on a form like this. I'm going to have to worry about it pouring down too much and get too thick, it'll fall off.
What temperature do you take?
1450 degrees. So what I'm going to do is pour a little bit more. Now when I pick them up, what I do is I take my tongs and I reverse them. So like this, I stick it in, I open it up, and I pick it up. So now I'm going to pick this up, I'm going to kill it, pull that off, I'm going to put it in the kiln. And that's it. Yeah. I'm going to have to move this one over. And with it,
It's automotive tape. Right, for pinstriping.
I think we can do this one. Sometimes the paper separates from the stickum.
And this is car pinstriping material and stickers.
And sales stickers, yeah. And you have to get it just right, because if you leave that stickum on there, it will leave a residue.
I like my cornbread in
Okay, so the first one we're gonna go 200 degrees to
Do one segment.
1 second. Okay.
200 degrees up to 200 degrees.
Gotcha.
Hold for 4 hours.
Got it.
But it's not going to actually hold for that long.
Hey, mama, don't you make me poor man, baby.
We can get some newspaper.
Hey, mama, don't you hear what I say?
These are the neighbors.
I need it every day.
Paper in. Somebody's going to take a handful of chips and they're going to drop them on the top of the pot. We're then going to put the lid on.
I like to eat my
And all of these, like I said, are a lot smaller than our cans are. So we'll probably wait about a minute, whereas normally I do it in about 30 seconds. Okay? So does all that make sense?
You do the paper? What are you doing?
I don't think so. Then, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it from here. When I'm ready, I'm gonna take it from here. I'm gonna put it there. Somebody needs to have some water in a, just a coffee can or a pitcher or something like that. So.
You got hot stuff, I'll tell you that.
Where my, somebody grab my chicken tongs too.
Oh, that's mine.
Okay, so right there, paper inside, handful on top. That's good. Lid. Okay, so that was nice crackle. Did you see it? So somebody give me about a minute and a half.
A minute and a half. Can you tell me
Time.
One.
Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
That's what I do actually. And the funny thing is, that of course, everybody got to sit there and talk to me.
Now I'm 7 years old as I am, so we don't.
Don't worry about the paper.
Okay.
Sawdust.
You got it?
You're good. You're good.
Beautiful.
Say, somebody give. Yeah, that's it. Don't worry. Just give me a minute. Put it down. Very gentle. Okay, who's got my time?
I got time.
Need a minute.
I like it. Ooh, look at that. Woohoo!
Why don't you hear what I say? I need it every day. Oh, mama don't make a poor man beg. Mama don't make a poor man beg. Yeah, mama, don't you make a poor man beg. Yeah, don't you make a man get down on his knees and pray. I wanna thank you. Thank you, baby. I wanna thank you. Thank you. Every day I wanna spank you. Thank you. Every day I wanna
Okay, so.
Mama, don't you cross the line. Oh, I need your cornbread. I need your cornbread. I need your cornbread every day. I need your cornbread. I need your cornbread. I need your cornbread every day. I need your cornbread. I need your cornbread. I need your love in a